Hello and welcome to my course tour for my Bio 168 Anatomy and Physiology I Master Certification for EPIC. So some of the things that I really focused on for my course was ease of navigation and helping the students really understand what they're supposed to do next. In order to do this, I made a lot of personal instructor created like how-to videos, as well as I made a large course overview, course orientation. So I'll try to highlight those. Some other things I did is I did implement a banner up here. So the banner has the name of the course and it's colorful, just so it would be a little bit more inviting for the students. So when the students are first put into the course, they're going to get an announcement on the first day. And this announcement is going to be a welcome message. And in this welcome message, I introduce myself and I tell the students a little bit about the course. And then I go ahead and encourage them to go to the Getting Started area and proceed to the course orientation. I'm also going to be having it's a synchronous online course, and so I wanted to make sure they knew that we will have required virtual meetings on Wednesdays and Fridays from 9 to 10. And that there's more information about how to get to those meetings in the course orientation. The other thing is that I had some study tips from previous online students from actually a Bio 169 course. And so I have these study tips here so that students can sort of hear from their peers. So there's a course link here to the Getting Started page, and this is where all the students will go, and they'll be able to find some information about the purpose of the course, some tips for succeeding in this course, the fact that they need to spend a lot of time, even if it is an online course. We normally would have been meeting almost 6 hours a week in class between lecture and lab, and so they're going to need to, spend that much time plus more outside doing assignments and studying. I go over all of the different areas on our the navigation bar to the left and give a little description of them. And now, since this is going to be an online course, I added a what to expect area. And so this is like, what does it look like to sit down and do class in this course? So a couple of things, information that they can read to see like how they should be, going to class, what they should be doing in class. I did link to the e-learning intro video to make sure they have completed that. And then at the end here is where our course orientation will start. So that's where I'll focus most of this on. Other things, this fall semester, I asked for some study tips from the students on how, like tips that they would give to the next semester of students. And these are some of the tips that they gave. So I just have them down here so the students can kind of see how their peers thought that they should be studying. All right, so here's the course orientation, and this is what I feel like is going to help the students the most, because I know that some students have trouble getting started, especially in an online course if they're used to more seated courses. So one thing I did is I use VidGrid a lot to make these videos, and a nice thing about VidGrid is that once you click here, it actually has chapters, and they can go through and they can jump to any part in the video to see how to join a Teams meeting, how to set up their Connect account, how to do, how to complete the Connect and APR tutorial. So they can go through there. And these chapters, I have them in all of my lecture videos have chapters like this. So I wanted to make sure that they learned how to use them early. So this course orientation walks them in numerical order through what they should do when they start the course. So the first thing obviously is complete the course entry quiz. And so I'll have a link to that here. Next, I have, we also, my department has them complete a FERPA release and an academic honesty agreement online, but I figured I wanted to make sure they knew a little bit about academic integrity before they completed that agreement. So I have just a little page with some information about cheating and plagiarism, as well as some information down here about Wake Tech's academic integrity policy, what constitutes violation and plagiarism. And I do think that a lot of students don't really understand the different types of plagiarism, and so I'm hoping that this will help them before they go, if they look at this, and they'll be a little bit more conscious of it when they go ahead and complete that FERPA release in the academic honesty agreement. The next thing I want them to do is review the syllabus and schedule, so I have that here. And then they have a syllabus quiz. So this syllabus quiz is a graded assignment. They have unlimited attempts to take the quiz. It's pretty short, it's 10 questions, but it just goes through some of the main things in the syllabus. So to make sure that they've actually looked at it and that they've, reviewed it a little bit. After that, I have information on Microsoft Teams. Because this is a synchronous online course and we're meeting using Teams, they're going to have to be using Microsoft Teams pretty often. I do have highlighted here that our first weekly meeting, the date and the time for that first weekly meeting. And then during this weekly meeting, I'm going to be having them break into groups and introduce themselves to each other. So I wanted to make sure that they know that they're going to be highly encouraged to turn on their camera and greet their classmates. So to make sure that they are, dressed professionally, and a couple things we'll talk about, like what's your name, what's one thing they're excited to learn this semester, and what's one thing they've learned while living through this pandemic. So hopefully that will help foster some connections. So I'm hoping that our synchronous class, especially now that Teams has breakout rooms, will be give the students some good time to work in groups. So I do have a fairly detailed information here about how we use Teams. I linked to the Microsoft Teams student guide, where to find our class teams. I'll be updating this link with the specific link once they make the new teams for next semester. And then a little bit about being polite, making sure to observe, proper netiquette guidelines, as well as the student guide for Microsoft Teams video that they can watch. So one thing they're supposed to be doing is filling out a class demographics survey that's linked on the Microsoft Teams page. So this is an active thing that they have to do. Go there and fill that out. So hopefully that will get them to actually go there, troubleshoot, make sure they can find it. Now our course uses McGraw-Hill Connect. So this is our publisher-based homework, online homework program. And so it's very important that they have access to this from the very beginning of the course. We use it every week. It also has a virtual cadaver dissection program that we use every week in lab. So they do need to have access to this. And so this McGraw-Hill has a really good video about how to go ahead and get access to it, but I've also made my own PDF on what everything should look like. You should see my picture. This is what you should be doing and how you should be getting access to Connect. So because the students can have temporary access for the first 2 weeks while they're getting paid or figuring out how to get permanent access, I'm hoping they should be able to get access the first week. Once they do that, the next thing they need to do is complete a Connect and APR tutorial. And this tutorial, once again, it's an actionable item. It makes them go through and do something in Connect to make sure they've done that. And so then I move them on to the lessons section. So at the top of the lessons section, they should see the link to the course orientation in case they know that they should go to lessons first, and that's where they'll find the information. So it brings them back to the course orientation. This Unit 1 is under adaptive release, so they should only be able to see it once they have finished the course orientation. So I have that here. You won't be able to see anything until you complete the course orientation. I also have a short video that reiterates this and then goes over a little bit about how each, that we have 4 units, and each unit has around 3 to 4 weeks in it, and so on. Once in Unit 1, I have a welcome to Unit 1 and another welcome video. And so most of these welcome videos here are going over exactly what the student should be doing, and I'm really hoping that this will get them off to a very good start. And that each week I have listed the exact dates of the week, and within the week they have a weekly task list with a suggested schedule for studying. This semester I've added more like read the book and take notes. Because I didn't have that last semester. I only had the actual assignments on there, but I want to make sure that they are actually doing some outside reading and taking notes, so I added those. The assignments folder right here, I have sort of some information on how to complete these assignments. So like this is the first time they'll be doing a VidGrid assignment, so this is a VidGrid quiz. And so here I have a video on how exactly to complete the VidGrid assignment, as well as the information is listed here in Word form. And so they have VidGrid quizzes for each lecture. They have an APR. This is part of that virtual cadaver dissection program that they've already done an orientation on. That was part of their Connect and APR orientation. And then another type of assignment here is a Learn Smart assignment. So right before they have to do this Learn Smart assignment, I have another link in a video about how to complete the Learn Smart assignment. So I'm really hoping that having a lot of information here right where they need it, so this is the How to Complete Learn Smart assignments right next to the Learn Smart, will help them be able to more easily complete the homework.